Hi, what's up, guys? It's Ollie here from Midlands Music. We're backstage at the Download Festival 2014, and I'm joined by Alan Cassidy, the drummer from the Black Dahlia Murder. How's it going, Alan?
Hey, pretty good. Just waking up.
Yeah. How long have you guys been on site for then? You been here yesterday or this morning?
I believe we actually just got here about 2 hours ago.
Okay, so you've not seen any bands yet then?
No, I've literally just woken up and come over here.
Okay, so in terms of the rest of the day, are you gonna, because you'll be playing later on, are you gonna check out any of the bands, or what's the sort of warm-up routine for the show from here on in?
Just kind of getting your bearings, finding the backstage room, and kind of like settling in and everything. And then, yeah, I would love to check out some of the bands that are here. I have no idea who's playing today, so that'll be another part of that, figuring out who's here and, seeing how it goes with our schedule.
Yeah, we've got Linkin Park on the main stage and headlining, and Status Quo are headlining the second stage. So we're a bit torn whether to see Linkin Park or Status Quo. But anyway, let's start with the basics. I mean, how did you come to learn the drums, and what were your main influences as you were learning?
I'm completely self-taught. I was banging on stuff ever since I was a little baby. I'd like put toys together and stuff and make crude drum sets to, hit. And then my big influences, I went through a lot of different music. Like I grew up on the Beatles, so I heard Ringo a lot. And then I got into my dad got me into like Nirvana, and he really liked Blink-182 for some reason. So I got into Travis Barker mainly out of those two. And then I started getting into metal and started listening to Slipknot and stuff. And Joey Jordison was a huge influence. And then I'd say like Bron Daler after that. And then it just got heavier and more technical as the years went by.
So now that you've become a more proficient player, who would you say your influences are now?
I definitely like anybody who has creative style to their drumming. So, Kai Hato from Rotten Sound and Winter Sun is a badass drummer. I still like Bron Daler a lot. Really like Thomas Pridgeon. Love the Mars Volta. And, yeah, anybody that kind of has that real busy style.
Okay, cool. So for those watching that don't know, Alan joined Black Dahlia Murder in 2012. So do you want to just tell us how you came to join the band, what the process was like to get in and everything?
Yeah, I was playing one of the last quote-unquote tours that Abigail Williams was doing. That was my last band before the Black Dahlia Murder. And Ryan Knight, our guitar player, knows the singer from that band, Ken, and came out to our show in Chicago because he lives there, and saw me playing with him, and he was talking to Ken, and he was like, hey, well, our drummer's leaving and you guys are breaking up, do you think we could try him out? And yeah, so I kind of got hooked up that way, and they had me learn about 4 songs, I believe, and went out to Detroit after I made some videos for YouTube and did a live audition with them, and ended up getting asked to go on tour with them the next day. So
That's really sweet. So you guys have just released a new DVD. It's called Fool 'Em All, as you obviously know.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? What can you tell me about that? And what was the sort of idea behind it? Like, even who came up with the idea?
I believe that was Brian and Trevor, and it's just after the Metallica DVD or video that they made. So yeah, that was basically it.
Okay. And was that filmed over across a tour, or was it just one show, or?
That was filmed over 2 tours. It was the summer of last year when we did Warped Tour, and then another tour right after that in the fall over here in Europe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just those 2 little things.
Yeah, so were those tours like more special or more nerve-wracking, or any different to a normal tour? Were they just sort of the same, or what?
I believe that was my first headlining tour over here in Europe. So that was kind of cool. I mean, we got all the headliner perks and everything. And Warped Tour, I've never been a fan of Warped Tour. Like, have only ever liked a handful of bands that are on it, and that last year there's just so many weirdo bands that I'd never heard of or cared to listen to before, and so like I don't know, it was kind of interesting, being around that the entire summer. But yeah, I don't know, it was fun. There was a lot of cool stuff we got to do, but it just was not very metal friendly. So it kind of, people liked it, and we had a lot of fans that came to it for us, but it was just hard for us to like enjoy it because there's not a whole lot of what we listen to on it.
Oh, I see. So maybe it wasn't so great then.
Well, I mean, like, I guess it's just kind of your preference. I know that the other guys had fun for different reasons, and, we all liked different bands on it, but, yeah, it was just kind of something you got used to.
Yeah, I guess you have to sort of do that in order to get the band out, really, don't you? Get promoting and everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely, and that was cool. It was like we were, like, forcing people to listen to our stuff, essentially. Like, if they wanted to see a band after us or something, then they had to sit through us if they wanted to keep the good spot. So yeah, it was cool to kind of branch off to some new ears and let people know, we're out here.
So talking of touring, I've got to know, how crazy does it get? I mean, is it all just parties or what?
Oh no, man, it's boring most of the time. Like, I think we all try to be responsible for the most part. And be drunk in our bunks by like 11 or 12. But yeah, you gotta get it done early, like party and then try and go to sleep at a reasonable time so you can wake up the next day. But occasionally there'll be nights where things get a little wild. Like on our DVD, Trevor ended up naked on the street in front of the bus eating doner kebab or something like that. So, those nights happen, but they're definitely not consecutive.
Okay, then. Yeah, so it must be somewhat hard to keep in shape. And I mean, your style of music, it probably requires about 10 times as much effort as, say, a radio rock drummer or something. So, I mean...
Yeah, it takes a lot of work to drink those beers before the show.
So, I mean, how do you actually manage to keep in shape on tour? Have you got, like, a workout routine or,
Man, I'm pretty all over the place with it. It kind of sucks. Max is our workout master. Like, he tries to, do it, I think, a couple times a week. And Warped Tour, I was kind of doing it. And then the past couple tours, I've just been real lazy. And I'll do, like, perfect push-ups or something real easy like that. If we bring weights or anything, like, I might go work out with Max, so that way, you at least have somebody there to hang out with and you're not bored doing it by yourself. But, man, like, you just drink a bunch of beers all tour and it's like you gain, like, 15 pounds or something, and then you go home and then you eat like a normal human being again and you don't drink as much and then you lose it and then you just gain it back the next time you go out. So, yeah, it's a struggle.
Okay, so you've got 6 albums under your belt. Well, the band has. I know you're obviously new to the band, but do you know what the plans are for the future? I mean, after 6 albums, I personally would be like, all right, I want a break, I want a hiatus. But is that the plan, or have you got tours, or have you got another album?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is locomotive. Like, it's just going and going and going. Like, we're going to keep touring. And I believe that we'll probably be working on the album or recording it in the next year, the beginning of next year. And that's as far as I know for the foreseeable future. We usually find out only a couple months in advance, so it's, kind of figuring it out as you go. And but yeah, no, we're definitely planning on going full strength, for as long as anybody wants to do it, and I know that that's been their thing for as long as they've been a band. So,
all right, Alan. Well, thanks very much for your time. I hope the set goes well later. We'll definitely be there to watch it. So, thanks very much.
Thank you.